Alright, hello everybody. Hello. One drunk man, as usual, hello. Pork, salty nutted. 10 peaches, Nick Jimster. Shrinom, what? Crazy Derp Turtle, Jampot, thank you so much for the tier 1. Welcome back for 3 months. I think you have a new sub badge now. Raimi, hello, hello. Nuclear Nachos. Perps, the illest, hello. Hello, hello, how are you all doing today? Crystal MK, hello. I hope y'all have been doing alright. Had a good weekend, hopefully. And are off to a good start this week. Let's see. Do I have anything to announce today? Ozzy, good morning. Hello. Oh shoot, F1-8X. Oh, Jax, thank you so much for the tier 1 and welcome back for 11 months already. What's up with the F key? What F key? What F key? This F key? What's wrong with the F key? Oh, it's because it's scooped. It's because it's scooped. These are scooped keycaps, that's why. It's probably just the angle. Look, see? It's probably just the angle. It's also PVT. I mean, like, if I turn off the LEDs, I think it looks okay. But it's probably the LEDs also. That's what's wrong, scooped? Eh. Don't hate the scoop. What time is it where you are? It's 7:34 p.m. I mean, if you want to know my time, just look for like New York City time or Washington DC time, for example. East Coast time. Long time no see. Seriously, where have you been, Mr. Dennis? Have you been busy? 100% square keycap set? I wonder what that would be like, huh? Okay, these questions are also, I mean, this music's kind of distracting me because of all the lyrics. I'm gonna change it up. Alright. Is that a gaff cup? Yeah, it's a gaff mug. You can see it on the face cam. Christmas expensive? Indeed. I would agree with that. Thanks for answering my Instagram follower and the Car Moon questions. Yeah, no problem. Christmas lo-fi? Do we want Christmas lo-fi? I could actually play some Christmas lo-fi. I'm pretty sure there's a playlist here with it. If you really want it. Let me see actually. Pretty sure there was one, I saw one. Here it is. Oh, I saw it. Here it is. Here it is. Let's play that. All right. Let's get started, shall we? So today we're gonna be let me announce a few things. Let me just think about it. First of all, Canon Keys right now has some hyperglides in stock. IMX Black hyperglides. If you haven't seen those, Canon Keys has some. If you're in the US, it's probably a good deal. If you're elsewhere, probably more expensive. Let's see. I'm sure you guys saw the announcement of Dixie Mech. Dixie Mech is rebranding their company name to what's called OmniType. So just something that you guys should all read about. Do you purchase some? I did not actually. I'm not planning on purchasing switches right now for a bit. Oh, let me actually Christmas lo-fi, huh? So Let's see. Where's the greenest green? Is that green enough? It's green and red. But yeah, I did not purchase any MX Blacks today. Did I get on the series sale? I did actually. I got one of the I got one of the black and white series caps. Oh, they're sold out? Oh, GG. Yeah. So, in case you haven't seen, let me see if I think Dixie Mech should have already put it up on their website, I think. Maybe? Did they? I thought they had a blog on it, maybe. Info. Weekly updates. Yeah, here it is. So for those who wanted to just briefly look at what I was talking about, this is what Dixie Mech is rebranding to their name to Omnitype. Okay, this like letter is super small. But basically, this is going to be their official logo and their new name starting in the new year. So right now, for now, we keep the Dixie sponsors stuff on the stream, but starting from next year, we'll start seeing this new Omnitype branding. But basically, it's just a rebrand to move away from the name Dixie Mech, because Dixie has a connotation that has to do with the Confederate South. And the history behind the Confederate South and the period of slavery in the United States. But if you're curious more about this kind of information, you can easily look it up. But Dixie Mech has on their website just posted about how they're going to make this transition from their branding on Dixie Mech over to Omnitype. I personally wish Dixie Garrett the best in this transition. It's definitely a very difficult transition to make. It's hard to dissociate yourself from someone you have been for so many years, specifically like the name you went by and the branding you try to promote and operate. And now that he's rebranding, like they're rebranding, it's gonna be a transition for them too, like mentally and emotionally. And I personally wish them well. I hope that this rebrand is kind of a, drawing on a blank slate once again. Very big change. And hello, Straight Chroma. Hello. How are you? But yeah, big change indeed. And so I'm excited for them. I hope it's I hope this will be a good transition for them. There's been all kinds of comments about this, but all in all, I personally just wish them all the positive things for the new year. 2021 is coming. And yeah. Big moves. Alright, so other than that, let's see. Novel Keys just announced a collaboration teaser with the Breaking Bad series. So that's kind of interesting. I'm kind of interested in hearing more about that. What else is new? I just posted my RamaWorks Kara video on this iced unit. Just some typing test on this. If you guys were here last stream, you probably heard it. But if not, I posted 2 videos. One with the damper and one without. Nima 999. Hello. What about the question marks? I thought Dixie had more personality, but I can understand the change. Wish them well. Yeah, pretty much. Nothing else. It's a choice they made for themselves. So I wish them well as well. But all right. Breaking Bad and MK. Yeah, I know, right? It's kind of crazy. I hope that it just goes well for them too. Hold up. Let me see. Breaking Bad NK65. Yeah, I seriously wonder what it's gonna be like. Crystal Meth Entry Edition. I don't know. With glass stems. I mean, like with crystal colored stems. I don't know. But yeah, the collabs are going pretty out there now. Right? We've seen the Star Wars set. I mean, like that's like Disney, right? We're seeing collabs with tech tubers and stuff. Like Nathan's been building for a bunch of YouTubers too, and like other gaming people. Now we have Breaking Bad stuff coming up. I actually wonder what's in store for us. I'm kind of excited though. Yeah. Lil Bonaparte, hello. Marvel collab happened with Draw for Artisans. Yeah, so there's the Marvel stuff. I mean, there's been like the Pokemon stuff, although I think SPRiT just recently kind of dropped the license with Pokemon Company. So that kind of went south. But then again, it's kind of to be expected. Pokemon Company and Nintendo and that kind of stuff is it's kind of risky, or not risky, but like a difficult arena to play. Will you be getting the Bauer Light? I don't know. I mean, I don't know any news about the Bauer Light yet, so maybe once we hear more about it, which usually even us, like partners, we don't hear about news until it's imminent. So we'll probably hear about it much later. Has the price been released? I don't think so. No, I don't think we're there yet. Yeah, I don't think we're close to that just yet. Lightning, will you build my Bauer too? Well, if you commission me to build it, yes. Oh. Alright, let's get started. What do you think is better, NK65 aluminum version or the Tofu 65? I think the Tofu is a bit more. I mean, I think the NK65 is a bit more. Is a bit better of an all-in-one package, in my opinion. I think the Tofu. What I don't like about the Tofu is how sharp the edges are. They're a bit too sharp for my taste. And I think the NK65 comes with a better, like, overall all-in-one package than the Tofu. I wonder if anyone has any Bauer 2 protos yet. I don't think so. No. Thoughts on Heavy Grail? Oh man, dude. CG Buin. CG Buin. I really want the Heavy Grail. I'm not going to purchase it. I've kind of decided already. But I really like it. I like the idea. The execution seems pretty close to what everyone like at some point envisioned for an aluminum enclosure for the HHKB. Like the plate is just amazing. Like there's so much work that has gone into it, like both as far as the passion project aspect of it goes, as well as like the fact that it's still an HHKB, you know. I personally, if I had the money, I would jump on it, no question, you know, like no doubt. But right now I'm trying to save for other things, so yeah. But if I had the cash, or if I just had like extra disposable income to like spend, and I could just afford to buy a Heavy Grail, I would definitely buy one. I was eyeing the VHS finish or the VHS finish or the pink one. I like those two. I think those two look pretty nice. Yeah. So another F1-8X you probably have seen. Just gonna move right into the build. So here we have the PCB and the plates. Here we have our switches, which are some Gateron Inks, and I believe it's like a Wind keyboard. I'm actually not sure what color this is. Oh no, I remember what color this is. I was told earlier. This is going to be a silver unit today, I believe. Silver Wind key unit. Oof, it's like not put together, so it's like the pieces were unscrewed before. Sorry for the noise. But that's our... No, it's silver, it's silver. I'm pretty sure that these units were all anodized at first, so I think the coating stuff came in later, if anything. But yeah, here is our F1-8X, if you haven't seen it. It's a wind key unit. Let's see, we have some Zeal stats? No, actually, I'm not sure if Durock or Zeal. Maybe Durock, but I'm not sure. Okay, screws, the little hole covers, and the O-ring that we cut. Will you be doing 7U bottom row? Yes, we will be doing 7U bottom row today. Yo, Tay Mendes, hello. Hello. I'm going from drop all to NK65 aluminum. Nice. Alex's portico with creams actually sounded nice. I haven't seen the portico in detail yet, but I know about it. Let's see. Why are there like 19 million F1-8Xs in existence? Does everybody rebuild theirs like once a week or something? There actually are like 500 units or something like that for F1-8X. 500 maybe? Yeah, something like that. It's like many hundred of units. F1-8X. That's why there are like quite a lot. 900. There you go. Oh yeah, because there were no more produced. That's right. Because there are 500 for the initial group buy, I think, and then there's like way more now. Katana, mi amigo Frank, ¿cómo estás? How am I doing? I'm doing well. Croissant, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming sub. Pogu. F2-84 is supposed to have 1K units between Asia and the United States. That's crazy. Did you get a whale 75? I have not, no. Should I just tear this? Does this just peel off nicely? Okay, it does. Oh, never mind. This does not peel that nicely. I suck at peeling this stuff. Whatever. It's mostly preserved. Gian is pre-pog. Hey, George MK, thank you so much for the Prime Gaming. Typing angle too steep for me? On which one? The whale? The whale typing angle is too steep? 9 degrees is fine once I get used to it. How about using a steep typing angle as a motivator to learn how to type with wrists parallel to your desk? Wouldn't that be an excellent challenge for yourself? Maybe a New Year's resolution where you can order any keyboard now, regardless of the typing angle, because now you're able to type parallel to the desk. And therefore, for example, that's for me. Like, for me, 11 degrees, 12 degrees, 9 degrees, 5 degrees doesn't bother me, because in the end, I just float my wrists. And it helps a lot. But people still criticize my typing, so... like that one time. People are like, oh, your pinkies are up. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. That's alright. I know I use like 2 fewer fingers. This didn't bother people for a long time? Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't bother you, I think, if you realize that your typing can improve even further. Alright, so we have our PCB. I believe it's already tested, but I'm gonna still test it anyway, just out of habit. Okay, great. Firmware is working. I believe this firmware that this one has is the Fave Tool Beta V1.2 or something. It's like one of the new tool versions. Let's see, where's my switch hitter thing? Okay. Alright, let's see. Switch hitter. Oh my god, this lo-fi Christmas music is kind of fire. It's kind of interesting. I mean, I normally don't have any music with lyrics on streams, so it's kind of interesting to hear it. The pick link is for the M01108. Oh yeah, that's a thick boy. Super thick. Super thick. I know that some people might not obviously celebrate Christmas because it's just not within their background or, you know, belief system, whatever it might be. But I have celebrated Christmas since I was a kid, and I did have a Catholic background in it, like growing up, and so yeah, we had a so in Mexico we would set up, aside from the tree, we would also set up the, what are those called? Like the birth of Jesus thingies, like the, I don't know what they're called in English, like nacimientos in Spanish. But anyway, we would have those set up. I don't know what they're called in English. Nativity. Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah, so we would set up nativity scenes every year in my family. So it kind of every Christmas it kind of brings me back. I like remember like all the time that like we would have to buy like the soil thingy and like the little moss looking thing and like, yeah, just a bunch of stuff. And like we would set that up every year with my family and myself. And yeah, it was good times. All right, so PCB works. Ignore the red spots. That's just because I'm using tweezers. Where in Mexico are you from? I was born in Guadalajara, but I lived in Mexico City for a long time. I lived in León, Guanajuato for a long time. Mexican Christmas are fire. Don't at me, dude. Mexican Christmas are the best because there's like Christmas in Mexico is like the Thanksgiving up here, where like people get together for family and friends like get together to celebrate it. Mostly families, and you like have a nice meal. You like, you know, like you talk about like feel good stuff and like you celebrate. You know, some people like to drink on Christmas, whatever it is, right? But it's a good time on Christmas. Like Christmas is the best holiday. At least for me, it was always my most looked for, like the holiday I looked forward to the most when I was a kid. So yeah, I have a. Is coffee hard to clean out of the mouse? Maybe. What switcher am I using? I'm using Gateronks. I've been doing keyboard chores every night on Discord with friends. Christmas lo-fi and fireplace vid on my monitor for festive spirit and all. Oh, that's super nice. 10 peaches. That sounds like a great time to do it on Discord with friends. I actually should do that more, huh? Should do like chores with other people, like in voice chat or something. Just maybe we should do that like on sometime on my Discord. I'll like say like, hey guys, I'm gonna be doing some chores and work, and you guys can just get on voice chat and chill out. We can put the groovy bot and play some chill music and just do work together. Have you ever broken a PCB getting those pieces out? No, they don't break. They're nicely perforated, so they're not going to break. Yeah. Hopefully my friends in the EU don't feel isolated from the lockdown over Christmas. I mean, lockdown's still happening here too, by the way. So, how about us? How about some pity for us too, 10 peaches? Some pity for us in America who are also locked down from from COVID, among other things. I mean, of course, there's also like there's also like the UK that obviously they're gonna have Brexit starting this coming year, and then there's currently news that there's possible new variant or strain or whatever of the virus. I have no idea, but it doesn't look great. So yeah. All right, so we have some Gateron Inks here. I guess I should just start with the switches first. Maybe I'll just, actually, you know what? Since this is unscrewed, I can just show you and grab this stuff and put it in here for now. All right. Let's get started with the stabs. Americans don't obey lockdowns though? Oh, for sure. I mean, this is why it's December 2020 and we still are in the state we are. Like, I mean, we are at #1. Very sadly. Very sadly #1 in the world. #1 for the wrong things. We just die. Truth and harsh reality. Right there. Jesus. Lubing with Diego in voice chat? I mean, I'll be down. I think it's not a bad idea. You guys can do lubing switches. I can be doing like my usual work. Sometimes it's not keyboard work. I mean, actually, oftentimes it's gonna be not keyboard work, but I'll be okay with chilling too. Thoughts on GMK Shoko? I think it'd be good on E-White. Oh, GMK Shoko looks excellent on silver and E-White. GMK Shoko is one of the better sets that I've seen personally on lighter keyboard colors Anima plays. So I would recommend GMK Shoko for sure. Where's my lube? Oh, here it is. Have you seen anyone try other Duro gummy strings for F1-8X? Only Wildcat, because Wildcat got like 3 different kinds of gummy worm thingies. I should ask Geon for more materials, but it costs so much to ship that I think I have currently I currently have no like reason to get stuff from him, and so maybe when there's something else bigger to ship, I'll ask him to include some extra O-ring stuff. But yeah, Wildcat's like review video or whatever was had like 3 different like O-rings. There was, I mean, this was like Viton, and then there were like 2 other materials that he used. I sense a Korean decal in the vicinity. What's the link for the Deathmat? I believe I forget, what was the Hamon Deathmat on Drop or on Novel Keys? It's either or, but this was the GMK Hamon Deathmat. Who's that? Turtle P. Have you tried doing with guitar string? Oh yeah, Kimchi Jody Boy told me about that guitar string thing. I was like, Monka S. Viton and silicone. Oh, cool. Look at you. You're so cool getting 2 different materials instead of 1. I only got 1. I didn't even get... Y'all got engravings on your keyboards, and I never asked because I didn't even know that he was doing that for people. I was so sad when I saw Chongasauruses and like Nathans and a bunch of peoples with engravings on them, like laser engravings on their keyboards. I was like, man, I should have put my logo or my name or something nice on my board. Mine's all blank. Yeah, sag. Chongas was a sticker? Oh, I see. He has his laser. Yeah, I would have it lasered on. I would have it lasered for sure. 100% would have done it. How would a more clacky switch sound on the F1? Clacky, I guess. Clackier. I mean, so the F1 is pretty bouncy, but I don't think the sound of the switch shouldn't really be any different from any other other keyboards, because it's like still an aluminum plate and a clackier switch, so it'll sound like the difference will still be the same difference as if you were putting on a different keyboard. The only thing is might be that a little bit muted because the keyboard itself is kind of bouncy and like a lot of that reverb is sort of gone through the vibrations. You just missed a burgundy one keyless F1 for $850. $850 kind of pricey right now though, right? I mean, isn't that what they go for like all throughout? Oh wait, these are Durock V2 stabs. Sick. Ah, sick. Look, these are Durock V2 stabilizers. You guys tell? Nice. Nice, nice, nice. $850 kind of sucks. I mean, at the point where we are about to get the F2-84 from Geonworks, I think I would just wait and skip the F1-8X. TBH, I would just skip the F1. Because the F2 is basically supposed to be the revised version of the F1 with improvements. So, like, you know, the F1 was almost like a test bench run, and then the F2 is like the culmination of that design. So, in my opinion, if I would get one of those Geonworks boards, I would just wait till the F2 and just get that one instead. Geon is right. Like, don't purchase it in the aftermarket if you can afford to wait. F2 better for that daughterboard alone? I mean, yeah, daughterboard aside. Yeah, I mean, like, daughterboard is cool and all. I don't really care about the placement of my USB position TBH, especially on the TKL because the board's so larger anyway. I think on 60%, like, centered is really nice. But on the TKL, I'm pretty like neutral about having it in the original like nav cluster position. Let me see. Anti pop-up tech, yeah. Have you ever tried the tangerines or dragon fruits? I have not tried the dragon fruits. I've tried the tangerines. Tangerines are pretty smooth though. They kind of feel like they're kind of like smooth like any other JWK switch. I like the colors on the tangerines, but I think they were a little bit on the poppy, like louder side. But I think if you lube them a bit heavily, then you can definitely get rid of a lot of that sound. So. Hey, Mr. Petrov, good evening. KFE or F2? Ooh, that's a tough choice. Shoot. Well, F2 is regular TKL and KFE is F13 TKL. So there is that difference. Another difference, KFE has low angle, whereas the F2 is probably gonna be like higher angle than that. It's gonna be like at least 7 degrees or something. I'm not sure what the angle on the F2 is, but the angle on the KFE, which is based on the koala, is like 5.5 degrees or something like that. It's pretty low, so it's pretty flat. Yo, Kevin, please, thank you so much for the 3 months. Just need a TKL? I think plenty of opportunities to get a TKL. So in my opinion, just be patient and hang on to your current board, and I think you'll definitely get a TKL at some point. No problem. I don't think there is a need to feel rushed to get a TKL because there's always new TKLs coming around. So yeah, I wouldn't rush it personally, especially if you already have a board you like that you're currently using. Can I lube springs with 205 grade 0? You can. I wouldn't because it's too thick. It's just too much work to use something so thick. And like try to avoid like over lubing or like smudging too much of that grease. I would just put like 105 or VPF like 1514, or even just I use this guy here, which is Victorinox multi-tool oil. It's just pretty cheap, like tool oil, and you can buy it on their website, you can buy it on eBay, you can buy it on Amazon, you can buy it in several places. And it's pretty cheap compared to Krytox. Krytox is pretty expensive. I'll take an F1 instead of F2 because I would rather have WinKey. Oh, I see. Is F2 WinKeyless only maybe? Someone got me to agree to KFE for F1, then changed their mind and wanted money on top. Oh, that's annoying. I mean, but then again, reneging is always like super annoying. I mean, that's just like the way trades and stuff like that go. It's never like it's never a nice thing to work with. I hate trading. It's so annoying. Got a silver KFE. Someone interested is knocking me slide in. Okay. KFE looks nice with that price edge. What's the price again? It was like 770 Singaporean dollars, which is like 500 USD, 550 USD, plus shipping, right? So it's like a 600 plus US dollars board. So I think it's about the same as it was. I value all boards at retail. Yeah, that's a fair thing. Do people? I actually have a question for y'all. Are you allowed to sell things that you own on Twitch? Or not sell, but like if I said like, oh, I have some key sets, or like I have a keyboard that I'm going to sell, like if I say that on Twitch, do I get banned? I'm just curious. Let's see. Quite a shocking experience when you lube MX Blacks and then JWK. Yeah, JWK is so smooth. KFE 567.30 USD. Whew. Let's see. 1-to-1 trade Bauer 2 for 265. TBH, depending on the person, I'm sure that trade could happen. I'm pretty sure that trade could happen. Bauer 2 and 265 trade. It's entirely possible because the 265 is slated to run many, like, you know, like many units of them. So like people are gonna be more inclined to trade it, I think, because people are like, oh, it's not limited enough. But it's a great board. I mean, 265s have been going out and they look fire. They look so good. I personally didn't get one though because it's just so expensive right now. It's like $800 for the brass one, $700 for the B stock, but still, like, it's quite a bit of money. It's not even my primary layout to use, so for me it was just not in the books. Henry, hello. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, I see. People sell their own merch. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Isn't there a QVC channel? Why don't we find out? What's a QVC? What's QVC? Questions versus chat? I don't know what I don't know what QVC is. Can confirm 265 looks fire. Got mine yesterday. It definitely is nice though. Wondering the same thing. For sale for trade, links allowed in the Twitch panels. Oh, I wouldn't put any links in the panels, actually. I think I wouldn't put links in the panels. I think putting in the panels as a permanent fixture sounds kind of risky to me. I think I would actually kind of avoid that. I think I would just leave that into, like, say like, oh, join my Discord for information about stuff that I do, and then maybe in your Discord you can have like a, you know, CGBU and selling stuff. Or something, but I wouldn't do it on Twitch. I wouldn't put it on a panel. I think that's kind of That's kind of asking for it, in my opinion. QVC is like home shopping network. Oh, okay. Never mind. I see now. Yeah, okay. That totally just went over me. Sorry. I should have known that. But yeah. That makes sense. Well, let's find out. But I mean, so I just wanted to kind of shill. Well, not shill. I'm actually just helping a friend out. To be honest with you guys. So a friend of mine. First of all, I have a bunch of these. I posted on Mech Market actually. So you can check Mech Market. But basically, I have like an SKV60. I have a Whale Special Edition built with vintage blacks. I have like some vintage Desco cases, and I actually put some key sets up just now. I have Jimke Hydra and Jimke Bento full, like Jimke Hydra base kit and Jimke Bento for sale. But they're not mine, so I'm actually just helping a friend who's kind of like not active anymore in the community. Because they're just like not in the mood to sell it. I mean, they're also like busy with family and stuff, so I just figured I should help them out. But yeah, I'll happily arrange a good deal for anyone who is hassle-free. I'd rather save myself the trouble and give you a good deal. Late to that Desco? Yeah, sorry. That went fast. The Descos went like pretty much instantly. I'm sorry. CVE's chat versus everything artists in D&D. Oh, speaking of chat versus everything, I'll be on it soon at some point. Hey Lightning, I'm hassle-free. Send referend, please. KEKW. I already got a referend for somebody else, and it was not super hassle-free. Getting it, I mean. Artisans are not hassle-free at all. Artisans are like hassle-full, like on steroids. Oh wait, is Hydra yours? Yeah. Well, no. Pretty much everything in that pose is almost everything in that pose is not mine, and maybe except for the art, maybe except for like half of the artisans and like the SKB 60, but the rest was not mine, basically, and the Desco keyboards stuff. Actually, the Desco cases though, the vintage Desco cases, I'll send it to anybody for free, or not for free, but like for shipping cost. You can pay me like coffee cash, and I'm good. One taco. At the expense of one taco. If you're into building full size. But anyway, I'm not here to shill random shit, but just wanted to put it out there in case y'all were Christmas shopping. But also to test this theory that whether Twitch actually enforces something like that. If you open the Hyperglide, film it. I mean, if you open any Cherry MX switch, film it, in my opinion. Juan Taco. That's right. Artisans are hassle-free if you make your own, except for the making part. How about silicone molds, though? Like, silicone molds are like, the molds for artisans is a hassle. Major hassle. And cleaning molds, and all of that stuff. Pain. Hydra-based alpha color is so good, IRL. Oh yeah, Hydra is actually pretty good IRL. It actually does not look as good in photos, I think. But people think it's like too low contrast, or the colors are kind of weird, because they are a bit different. Like the mods and the alpha blue colors are different actually. They're like two different color codes, but I actually think it works because of the like the dark gray will basically take away from the contrast of the legends. So using a different blue there was actually not a bad idea. And this was back when like GMK sets were chunky AF. Like that base kit covers like everything. It was basically base and spacebars back then, right? So okay, I had originally been on mold hate train until I read the SDS better and found out I could cut cure time from 4 hours to 10 minutes. Holy crap. 10 minutes? Do you put it like in an oven or something? How about the your own artisans part? I'm not knowledgeable on the profit viability of artisan making, but I assume if you get to a level of like Hello Caps or Latrium is probably worth at least get money on the side. But I mean, you realize how long Latrium and Hello have been doing caps now? Well, actually Latrium's been around for even longer than Hello. Like Meika, like Latrium, she's been around since 2017, I think. Is it 2017 or 16? I don't even remember. It's been a long time. Her caps were actually not that good at the first. I actually criticized her caps quite a bit before. Especially her blanks. I was just like, man, I'm not happy with the quality of this for what I'm paying. But then she's gotten better. She's improved. Like, she's reinforced her keycap walls. She's gotten the profile better. Like, you know, like when you show improvement like that, it's worth it. But if you're a maker and you don't strive for that kind of improvement, and you settle for something that is actually not good enough compared to other people's standards, and you're not striving to improve even further, I think that's kind of mediocre and just not worth. It's like, I don't know. I think supporting an artist is also to support their growth. But I think it, when they settle for something, for the mediocrity of not improving, I think that's just very disappointing. Hello had a limited sale and didn't sell all of them at first? Yeah. Any Rancors availed? Yeah. Rice Krispies availed? Make a did first come first serve for the longest time with no exposure? Yeah, I participated in a ton of her sales before. I did crystal mine stuff. I like got some crystal mines before. I got her old blanks before. Yeah, I had a lot of old Latralium stuff for a while, and then I was just not happy with it, so I actually stopped entering after a while. I was just like, this is not good enough for me. Or like I actually just didn't like how like thin the walls were and stuff. Wanted to get some springs at TX and only 0.125 films are available right now, so wondering if they're fine for hyperglides or if I should get 0.15 Deskeys. I would probably get 0.15 Deskeys, in my opinion. For regular cherry switches. 0.125, just get them for like Telios, Creams, maybe some Gaterons actually. Like Gat Inks might be okay with 0.125s. The new ones, I think, because they run some for some reason the Gat Inks kind of run tight sometimes. I don't know why. I think with Deskeys films might be okay because Deskeys films compress quite a bit if you press them hard enough. But like TX films though, for some reason they run tight, a little tight. And it's kind of a hit or miss too. It's kind of annoying. At least when I build, I can tell because they're harder to push into a plate and stuff. When like other switches will go in just fine with films. Miniature figurines are dope. Yeah. Prefer Deskeys films for cherry nowadays. Deskeys films are actually pretty nice when after you get used to how like using them and like putting them into switches. Because people are like, oh, it's like flimsy and annoying to put on, but it's actually not too bad once you get the hang of it. And like, they actually do work really well. So I do like Deskeys films. It's kind of nice that they come in sheets of 20 too. Like they're easy to peel off like that. But then again, I mean, I like both Deskeys and TX just fine. I mean, they do their job is all that matters to me. So yeah. I filmed Inks once and they turned into tactiles. Oh. Ink have fat boy bottom housings? Oh, is it bottom housing that's fat, huh? I guess that makes sense. Cherry top inks are so good for zero wobble. What do films do? Little peep. Films basically, when you open a switch, when you open a mechanical switch, basically it loosens the housing. There's a top housing and a bottom housing, and once you open it up, like one time or a few times, they kind of loosen up a bit, and so like the tolerances are not perfect. And so films are basically gap fillers. So you put a film between the top and bottom housing, and they fill a gap and basically prevent that like top and bottom housing from wobbling when they're like, clipped against each other. So they're basically utilities to prevent the wobble between the top and bottom housing once they're like loosened up a bit. Thoughts on Kibo films? I actually haven't tried Kibo films myself, but people have been using them, so I assume they're fine. Toy like a toy. Did Ungodly make your artisan with your logo on it? No. This one was made by Geonworks. Lightning got a pretty fat boy bottom housing. Thanks. Keyboards are good, just PC film. I see. Yeah, I haven't tried keyboards just because I just haven't had the need to purchase them yet. But if I run out of films like completely, maybe I'll consider buying some different options just to try out myself. But otherwise, people have not sent out like Kibo film switches or anything like that yet. So I personally don't know much about them to say anything about them. But people are using them, so that means they must work. They must do the job they're supposed to do. I like that Deskeys lower the pitch of high-pitched tops during upstroke. It's probably because of that rubbery texture, huh? Do films do much in Zelio V2s? No, not really. I think Telios, Zelios, those kinds of switches, the Zeal switches are pretty tight housing-wise. Gateron switches in general tend to be pretty tight, maybe except for Inks. But Inks are, yeah. I think most people do film Inks, but Gateron switches in general, though, I personally don't even film. Like Gat Yellows or like, like Gat Giants or whatever, like recolored switch. I actually don't film them because I'm too lazy. And number two, like, I don't think they really need them. Like, I don't really feel that, like, I don't really, like, can tell like the wobble's there or anything like that. So I don't bother. It's just extra time. Yo, Juan is here. Yeah. Thoughts on the Hyperglide MX Blacks? I mean, people are saying good things about them because they're Hyperglide and they're supposed to be smooth. But I have a batch that a client got me, and they seem pretty smooth. Yeah, they seem pretty smooth stock. They're like better than like they're like kind of similar to like the old retools, but then again, I personally don't know if that's gonna last for a long time or anything like that, or like if every batch is supposed to be smooth. But I mean, so far people seem to be enjoying them, so I would bet on the fact that they are okay to use, like especially after you lube them and stuff. So yeah, I mean, if you're curious about them, I don't think you'll particularly regret getting one batch of them to try out. I thin film inks because I feel they get loose after opening. They do get loose after opening. I have noticed inks get loose after opening. It's just new tooling for MX Blacks. Yeah. So they retool the retools. I mean, they just retool their... I think the retool like stuff is just like misleading. I think it's just easier to say like they're fresh molds or something. Like, I don't know, something like that. So you could just say, oh, they're smooth molds this time. So yeah, they're retooled, but like I don't think there's a necessity to say, oh, retooled, or like, or just like when the batch is from, like saying like, oh, this is like from 2017. You know, we know that they retooled in 2020 and in 2017, let's say, and you just say like when that's from. It's kind of misleading though, because sometimes people say like, oh yeah, it's a retooled switch, but if it was retooled a long time ago, or if it was like, if it's not a good batch, even though it's quote unquote retooled, then like, does it matter? It's misleading though, terminology. 2020 new fresh mold MX Black. Is it sound different from retools? No, probably not. Probably still the same. Probably still the same MX Black switch. So, I missed their Hyperglide stock. Yeah. They went up on Kanekys in the morning, so that's probably why they're out of stock now, though. It's already like evening now, so. Regular blacks like 30 cents or something. Hyperglides are 60 cents. Yeah, I mean, maybe, I think people are also. I mean, I think vendors are not vendors, but like, yeah, actually, yeah, vendors. I guess they're upcharging because they know that enthusiasts will want them for like their alleged retooled smoothness. So, yeah. So it's very, very... Oh, Cherry increased the price. Oh, holy crap, really? That's interesting. Are they trying to catch up to Gateron or Zeal or Durock pricing or something? I mean, buying from Cherry is not cheap because it requires a lot of... like, the MOQ is pretty high. There's that. But, yeah. Cost is 30 cents per. Oh, I see. Is that Omnimech? Yo, Dixie, hello. Welcome back for 2 months. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Dixie, congrats on the Omnitype rebrand. I read the post, and of course, I want to just congratulate you myself and say that I wish you the best. It's not an easy jump to make. It's so hard. It seriously is such a hard thing to do, like dissociating yourself from a brand that you made and that you've like basically personified for so long. Like separating yourself from that and like saying like you're a different person, right? It's like starting from new, but it's not, because people do still associate you to like towards like whatever person you were before. So it's not easy. Review for the tube. Yo, what's up? Hope you're doing well, brother. Thank you so much. I hope you're doing well as well. Happy holidays, my friend. Any Miyago 11 avail? Miyago 11 is dead in the books. Miyago 11 only exists in my emotes now. The Miyago emotes will carry on the name. Carry on the torch of the Miyago name. And I guess on Key Quiz trivia, I think that's where it'll live on forever. Has anyone needed to cherry pick hyperglides? I haven't. I don't know. Imagine like Gmail changes their interface and Instagram changing their logos. Yeah, it's crazy. Rest in peace, Miyago. Miyago will forever live in the hearts of many enthusiasts. Back in the days of the early Lightning streaming career, quote-unquote career. So many F1-8X boards? Yeah. Geon is doing some work? Yeah, I mean, man has seized the means of productions, you know? You know, like when you own the means of production, right? When you own the facility, when you're able to like handhold that entire process, it's big moves. You can make big moves. Geon cheating by owning the factory. Is it cheating if is it cheating if you're a baller already? You know? There's no cheats. It's just get good. Earn more money. Buy it yourself. Big quantity but still not on my desk. Yeah. Gotta get my hands on a higher end board. That'll happen in a year, hopefully. Yeah, I think you'll get one. It's okay, man. Earn more money. Lightning Keywords 2020. I'm on it. Buy me out. What type of mount is the car anyway? It's called the mute mount, but basically it's a full polycarb plate with this frame like that goes between the PCB and the plate. That's called the mute. Is it also like molded out of silicone too? Anyway, it's basically a part with like these grooves that basically mount to the case, to like the injection molding post in the case. It's pretty cool, but it's necessary for your keyboard to actually work. I can show the internals again, but I mean it's pretty much all in the build stream video. Like if you just like skip around in the build stream video, you should be able to find out about the mute. Like I showed it up close and stuff. Why am I studying so much today? What the hell is going on? I want that desk mat. Buy one. So kind of how like an O-ring gasket works? No, not quite. It's kind of like case mount. It's kind of like case mount. Yeah, it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like how do you even explain that? You just look at the video, man. Just look at the video. I swear, it's there. It's in the video. I showed it up close. I described it. I talked about why it's there. It's necessary. Basically, it has these grooves on the mute frame itself that you just like fits with the case when you put the plate and PCB in, and it has to be there. I'll show you right now, but I'm currently lubing these tabs, so and then I have to like take this apart. So yeah, I can show you like maybe later. Mike hasn't restocked them? Oh, rip. Check the tapes. Check the tapes. Bring me the tapes. Realize I totally missed the Archie fulfillment sale? Yeah, I mean, dude, like the Archie fulfillment sale, I don't know how many they sold. I actually don't know how many they sold, but like it went out of stock in like 30 minutes, which is crazy. Like they sold like, I don't know if they sold a few thousand or 1,500 or whatever. They like, I don't know how many they sold, but they sold a ton in 30 minutes. Like they had to close it even after they had extended the capacity that they could handle. Even after that, they still had to close it. So if you do the math, like $85 times the number of keys that they make, they can, if they had just left it open, if they had just left it open, I bet they could make like $500,000 in one day of revenue. So not profit, revenue. Not to mention, yeah, they would have to slave out for the rest of the year. They'll have to slave for the rest of the year, for the whole year, every single day. And of course, there's costs associated with all that, right? I mean, risks. But the fact that there's such rampant demand for like these popular artisans is pretty crazy. I mean, that's like something that someone was talking about earlier in one of my like discords that I'm in. Stabs, these are Durock V2 stabs. These are Durock V2 stabs. Artisan's dumb. Who collects them anyway? Okay, you dummy. Never trust the A drop that said open for X hours when the cap is met. Yeah, for sure. Especially when you know that there's like widespread demand already. You know? I think it's kind of like a warning that you should like already know to heed. Imagine having work ethic. Yeah, imagine that. All right, let me just drink some water. I mean, I bought my series like kind of in the late part of the time they were. Thought they were Zeal stabs. Yeah, me too. At first, I thought they were Zeal stabs, but they're apparently not. So, all right. So these are Lube now. All right. Do people want to see what the mute mount actually looks like? I mean, I think only Geister was asking though. So, if Geister already went to see the VOD, they probably found what it's like. So, I think I'll just skip that for actually. Oh, yo. Oh. Which series do you get? I got the black and white one. I just wanted something neutral. You probably said this already, but how do you get into keyboards? My first exposure to keyboards was through a friend who did like DIY stuff back in college. He liked to like scavenge electronics and like restore them and stuff, and like use parts for like other random stuff. But the way I got into keyboards eventually was I attended a meetup, thanks to a friend who like was like, "Hey dude, like I saw this on Reddit. Do you want to go?" And I went. And it was like the first Washington DC mechanical keyboards meetup, and I went and really fell in love with Topre. I fell in love with like MX Blacks, like Ergo Clears, like Zelios back then were kind of new. So yeah, so I went to meetup and basically got exposed to it, and ever since I pretty much dove right in on the same day. Like I came back home on the same day, and I purchased an HHKB that same day. How long ago was that? That was 4 years ago. That was 4 years and like 2 weeks ish ago. What's JD getting for Christmas? I don't know, not much. Maybe just pats and a warm home. Hey, Hex Alinex, hello. Hugs, yes. But yeah, that's how I got into keyboards initially. 20 years ago in keyboard years. Yeah, I guess people do kind of say that. People say like, "Oh, you're so OG." I'm like, really? I feel like I know people who are even more, like, have been in the keyboard scene for way more than I have. So like, kind of is weird, relatively. But I mean, then again, you hear people who are like, oh, I've been here since 2 months ago. I've been here since a year ago. And you compare that and you're like, oh, okay, well, that's a big difference for sure. Got black and white and Olivia series. Matched with keycaps I have. Nice. I think the Olivia one, I'm not sure how good of a match it'll be, but let's hope it's a good one. I was kind of skeptical personally, so I just didn't jump on that one, but it looked really good. I mean, even if it doesn't match with Olivia, 10 Peaches, I think if you have like 909 or something like that, it'll match with beige pretty well too. Like it's a neutralish color, so I think it'll work well with that. I always assume streamers doing keyboard stuff have a background in tech. I actually initially, well, I mean, I have a background in engineering and physics, but I was not in the tech industry per se. I was like more like in research and academia, sort of. So yeah. I'm still new? Come on, please, Jeff. You're not new at this point. Been 2 years and the hole in my wallet runs deep. Same. How are you today? I see we've got the King's board ready to build today. Yeah. What color do you get it for this one? Hey, what do you mean? Wait. Hexalinux, I'm kind of confused. What are you talking about? Let's see. You should put a keyword at JD's paws. I'm a bit scared that it would drop by accident. But yeah, I could. Add 2 tall. I went with laser. Won't be getting GMK laser till probably next year. I actually have not been using my laser set. I should probably sell it, TBH. How do these artisans have such distinct separation of colors? They're cast in resin, and if you understand the medium really well, it's possible to do very, very clean separation of colors. It requires good understanding of how the resin works, though. So, yeah, and pigments as well. So, yeah, it takes some playing around and like really like learning how it works. It's a whole process. Didn't see it to the left. Silver for the F1. Yeah. Silver indeed. Would you want to eventually design your own board, Andy? Maybe. I think I would have someone else design it for me, though. I don't really think I have the time for like myself to do it. But yeah, I would consider it. Reborn, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. I appreciate that support. Thank you so much. Pudsey is OG, I feel. I was watching one of his keyboard history streams. He was talking about GBs in 2010. Well, Pudsey has been around since like 2013? 2012? I don't remember. He's been around since since he was like a teenager, so. I mean, then again, he's also very young as it is, but yeah. But yeah, he's been around since like very early. He's not super active, but he's around. You can be in the hobby for forever and still not know shit. I mean, but you were like on and off too, Kevin. So I kind of get it. Like you kind of forget about things too, and like you just kind of like don't pay attention to it, and like everything just passes you, and you're like, okay. So yeah, I think that's fine. I bought a random unlabeled vintage keyboard on eBay because I was going to harvest vintage blacks from it. When I opened it up, it was a Cherry 0569. Oh, very nice. Isn't that the one with left macro columns? I actually don't remember which one the 059 is. I mean 0559 is. But I know it kind of rings a bell. But that's cool. I mean, you can still harvest, but I mean, it's up to you. Some boards I feel like they're not worth touching because it's just like you're kind of messing with the original stuff. But yeah, Hebrew today, please. Oh, I need to go get it from like a board. But yeah, we could do Hebrew. I had a Cyrillic here too, actually. Well, I mean, I had like the EPVT Retro Cyrillic, which I got it in person. It looks pretty good, actually. It looks pretty good at first glance, anyway. It looked pretty nice. Which is actually why I chose the red mat. If you ever wonder if I'm intentional with my desk mats, sometimes I kind of am, but not always. Sometimes I actually don't know. Fake salve, not a good salve. I mean, fake salve is just not a salve, right? I mean, right? So. Sending you genuine one? I need those re-legendables, like N9 code. So I think Ski Data had re-legendables in the N9 color. So if you look for Ski Data re-legendable kits from the Ski Data V2 group buy or round 2 group buy, you should be able to, you might be able to find some, actually. But yeah. You have to check that though. Yeah, you have to find it though. Like in the aftermarket probably. Give me one sec. No macro column is a terminal board with some nice creamy cherry keycaps. Has these thick legend arrows. Very cool. I'll look it up later. I actually don't remember what it looks like. Just right off the top of my head. So if we're doing PBT caps, I should probably get some PBT caps out because. So for those who are new to building keyboards or need some tips every so often, if you're gonna be doing like when you're tuning stabs, make sure if you're using ABS to like check your stabs with ABS caps, and if you're using PBT, check your stabs with PBT caps because they have different tolerances. Sometimes it might work fine with ABS, but it might just not work with PBT. So you should always try the ones that you're probably gonna use. If you don't really care about PBT, then you don't have to test it with PBT. But for the most part, ABS tolerances are going to be probably better in the sense that like ABS is a bit more forgiving. PBT is not though because it shrinks and stuff. It has expansion and shrinking involved. So it can be a bit of a hassle with PBT, just FYI. There's some of the Ski Data ones in stock, but they're very expensive and have the orange front print. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, there are two versions of the Ski Data kit for the real legendables. There's the ones with the blank fronts, and there's ones with the orange fronts that match the Ski Data orange. Just FYI. I mean, and it's TKC, I think, ran it, so their extras pricing can be a bit expensive sometimes. This is from the Ski Data Plus run? Oh, okay. Yeah. TKC had both. Yeah, they did. If you need to cherry pick hyperglides, how many switches should I order for TKO? If you really had to... I mean, people say like 2 times, but honestly, it's a lot. Personally, though, I don't even bother cherry picking as much, because eventually they'll even out, or eventually I won't be able to tell on average. So like, you know, like TKLs have 80 between 84 and 87s or 88, let's say, switches, and like I think once you start typing on these boards, it depends on how many switches end up being scratchy or whatever, but it kind of averages out. Move to 40s and you don't need to order as many switches? I mean, yeah, sure, that's true. Technically. Not able to watch the stream today, but I just want to say hi. Hello, Chilliam. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope things are going well on your end. Whatever you have to do, good luck. Put good ones in the alphas and scratchy ones in mods. Yeah, that's a good way to go about it too, because you're not using modifiers as much. They'll eventually get broken in, sort of. I mean, switches do sort of break in, but breaking can be a long time. Especially, actually, if you lubed switches, breaking period is going to be even longer, right? Because you're technically preventing direct contact between like plastic to plastic or metal to plastic, whatever it might be, right? And so, if you lube, you're kickstarting the smoothing part. I mean, like it'll feel smoother than stock, but it will actually prevent the contact from happening like directly. So the breaking in part is gonna be actually longer. But yeah, I always buy 90 switches ish for like TKLs. But that's because also I don't bother to cherry pick as like, you know, like people kind of suggest to do. That's just me though. Artisans say they have a dotted pattern and will be the same in the same place for every single one of them. I have an EM7 still rocking dry creams. Those babies are broken in nicely. Yeah, so the best way to break in switches is when they're stock, because you have, especially the front part of the stem, the metallic leaf. Making direct contact against the plastic of the front legs. Metal to plastic contact is gonna really rub harder than plastic to plastic, so it's actually gonna break it much more quickly when it's stock than lubed. Right? Makes sense. It's like sandpaper grit? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a good way to say it. And just a note for those who might be new to the stream, the reason I use a foam is because foam, yeah, it sounds very thocky. The reality is it's not gonna sound like this, but because the sound dissipates through the foam, it accentuates a lot of smaller details that it's kind of artificially like accentuated. And the reason I do it is on purpose, so that I can actually hear out little small things that I would normally not hear if I just like do it like this to my ears. The foam trick is big brain. Used it on my last couple of builds after you mentioned it. I mean, at first I actually started using foam just because I didn't want to stain my desk mat with lube or something like that, right? But as I started doing it, I was like, oh look, actually, I mean, foam helps in, like, you know, the sound will travel through the foam and you can actually hear out things, like pick up things that you normally wouldn't, because normally it just kind of dissipates through the air and you just don't really hear as much. But yeah, let me check. Are we doing step caps today? I think we are. F1-8X. Let's see. We're doing anti-layout, step caps locks, backspace standard, right shift standard, and bottom row we're doing 7U. Okay, cool. So step caps lock. Foam was to prevent the pins from being bent when inserted. Oh, that too. I mean, many different reasons for using the foam. Like, the pins are sharp, so they all like, you know, pierce the you know, they'll be, you know, touching the bottom, and so yeah, like, you could leave a mark on your desk mat or on your desk. It could bend, you know, the pins or something. Many different reasons for using it, but for me, like, I'm saying, like, another thing to add on is that it can help you with the stab situation, because sometimes tuning stabs is really the life of the build, right? Like, because bad stabs really do ruin the way a board can feel and, you know, sound. So stabs are the lifeline of a board. I mean, if we had perfect stabs right now, I would not be doing this on a build stream at all, because I mean, people would be like, oh, like, I can do it myself. People will not commission me to do it. I'll just be building my own boards, which is very, you know, not as many of them. So, yeah. People will not ask me to do things for them. Buying a second-hand board with bad stabs is the worst. I personally, if I buy a keyboard from anyone, I would 99% of the time desolder that board. Like, I expect to desolder, because almost always buying a used board there's zero guarantee as to my taste. So I just pretend like I'm starting over, and I just basically make it a kit myself. If they're like if they don't come in the kit, then if I buy a used board by somebody else, then I just desolder it right away. Like, no, I don't even bother. Like, I check maybe once, and I'm like, okay, like, whatever, like, you know, they might have done a good job. Sometimes, like, it is a good job, but sometimes it's just not it. Like, their taste might differ from mine. But I just prefer I like the process of building too. So, like, for me, it's like, it's not a painful process. Like, for me, it's not extra work. I mean, it is extra work technically though, but yeah, it's not too bad. Like, I buy the board so that I can have the experience of building it myself. So, have you ever kept a board that was built the same? Yeah. There's a few boards that I've kind of, well, actually, there's a few boards that I've rebuilt just to redo the stabs, but the switches I've kept the same. Like, my Came Out Happy, that one still has the same switches I came with. There's some Retool MX Blacks. but I redid the stabs just because it was not like as good. Probably because it was done a long time ago. Same with like a TKL I have. Like like the 356. No, the 456 GT. Like that one I rebuilt with the same switches. Just redid the stabs. That one, same thing though. Same reason. Like the stabs were just done a long time ago, so they were not great. And but I kept everything else the same. Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes I'll just rebuild for the sake of redoing stabs, or just to see like what it's like to build it myself. But yeah. Like I've left like some Toper stuff the same, the way it came. I don't remember actually. Like there definitely have been instances where I just left it exactly the way it came in. Bad stabs ruin the build? Absolutely. Bad stabs, I mean, again, like stabs, like stabilizers are the lifeline of a keyboard. Like 100%. Like you can tell the quality of a build just from the stabs. Because it really is, like, even though you technically don't use stabs as much, I mean the spacebar especially, though, even though you don't use like the shift or enter or backspace keys as much, like if a spacebar is rattly, you'll know right away, right? Because you're typing all the time. So. But yeah, I would say that stabs are the most important part of any build, for sure. GMK promised that they'll release stabs that don't need tuning. Yeah, I'm not even sure if that's even ever gonna happen, TBH. I am not hopeful. I'm not really waiting for that at all. Like, I'm not expecting it. If it happens, great, but I'm not expecting it at all. Have you seen the more grease stabs? No. Imagine having not alphas, but your spacebar is still like a Corsair one. Then it's basically not like the entire board kind of is like a Corsair though. I mean like a stock board, because yeah, like bad stabs really do ruin any board, even if you have really nice alphas or whatever. Then more grease stabs are just C3 stabs or made of palm. Oh, I see. Never seen them though. Do you think switches are less important than stabs? Ooh, that's a good question, Jeff. I think switches are important, but only after a certain threshold for switches, it doesn't really matter. Like if they're smooth enough, I think you can have slightly less smooth switches and good stabs, and the board will sound okay. But like if you have really nicely tuned stabs, but your switches are actually really bad, like as in really like scratchy or pingy or whatever, you'll notice that even through the stabs, right? Because like you can still tell from like the bottom out of each key. So in those cases, I would say the switches do have a precedence. So I think the switches do hold a precedence to a certain extent. Like you need to have somewhat like decent switches, but after a certain point, it doesn't really matter how much it is, how much that difference is. A lot of bat lubers out there who don't even know. I think it's preference though. At that point, I think lubing is definitely a matter of big thing about like preferential, like how you want your switches lubed. Some people just don't like their lube. I mean, don't like their switches heavily lubed and so on. Some people really do like them heavily lubed. So yeah, that just varies. Don't over lube, guys. Have had friends ask why their mods are so hard to press and look like someone dunked all their 2.5 in that thing. Yeah, that can happen for sure. If you overdo it, yeah, it can definitely look and sound bad. Yep. I just prefer old good clip-ins that cost like $5 per TKL kit. That's pretty good pricing, actually. Damn. Actually, pretty good pricing. What do I do with stiff stabs? My right shift is very good, but all my other stabs vary in stiffness. But my spacebar rattles on the left side, but the right side's okay. If it rattles, it probably means there's many reasons why stabs can feel off, or stabilized keys can feel off. Sometimes the keycap is not pressed evenly, like left to right. Sometimes the stabilizers are simply rattly because they're not lubricated, or they just like are too loose or something, like, you know, some problem with them. Other reasons like why your stabs could be bad is like, yeah, they might be lubricated, but they're over lubricated. So basically, like there's something like preventing the travel from being nice and smooth. Like too much drag or something. So I mean, to be honest, like one way to resolve that issue is to either take it apart fully, or that's like the long way around it, or just at least take off the caps that are affected and see if you can like put some lube in there, or like basically you're kind of band-aiding the problem, but it's something at least. It's better than nothing, so yeah. But yeah, that's one way. At least that's the least you can do for any like over-the-counter OEM keyboard you own at home with mechanical key switches and stabilizers. Especially like co-star stabs can be annoying to take keycaps off from, but they're actually like lubing wise, like you just have to lube that wire piece. So I've been seeing a couple of Razes around lately, like similar to your username, like on Twitch or something. I mean, I'm sure it's not an uncommon username, Raz, or like Razmataz, Raz. I don't know. There's like a lot of that, I think. Why? Wonder why everyone moved from Cherry clip-ins. They still outperform and cost less than new stuff, TBH. Because when screw-ins first came out, they actually were fine. And some people did actually not like the fact that clip-ins could pop out even, you know. So I mean, I think there's reasons why people moved to screw-ins because it was a new thing. But I mean, I think now in retrospect you can say that clip-ins outperform their other counterpart, but I don't think that was the case all the time. Like screw-ins were fine for a long time. So, hello, Samu is you. Hello. Which part of the switch is important to lube, and what parts do you feel are about preference? If you're talking about like a linear switch, I think the side rails are important, and the front legs, like the metallic leaf, just like a touch is fine. For tactiles, it's a matter of preference if you want to lube those front legs, because the front legs can kill the tactility of a switch, because they have that like bumpy part on the front leg, which is what defines the tactility of the switch. So you could possibly kill that tactility if you over lube that part. So that's a preference thing for sure. But I would say like side rails are pretty important in general. The side rails of a switch. Toothpick mod still works? Oh, for sure. I'm not saying toothpick work doesn't work. But people were saying, I mean, like the belief was like, you know, it's like, why use a toothpick when I can just use screws and it just works? And also, like, you know, people like feel like more, people feel that like actually having proper dedicated hardware is more reliable. So again, I think the view that clip-ins like are always and have been always been better is kind of like biased and only applicable in hindsight. Or like that the fact that you just know that this is the way things are right now. So yeah, I think I don't think it's necessarily like a fair comparison. On Twitch, just chance? Yeah, probably. I mean, there's so many people on Twitch. What's wrong with screw-ins? Screw-in stabs, I mean, specifically cherry screw-in stabs or GMKs apply cherry screw-in stabs sometimes. They have slightly tighter tolerances these days. It's been like something that people have been struggling with like the past year-ish. I personally still have a bunch of those and I still use them anyway. I just put more lube in than before. I just like cheap things that work. See, yeah, you know, that's probably why. there is bias then when you say that. Like in the context of that, I think there is bias. So yeah. It's a whole perspective of like, oh, why try to fix something that's not broken? Which I understand. Totally understand. I actually don't disagree with it. But I do think it's a biased perspective nonetheless. People should actually care less what other people like and also stop trying to mansplain everything. True. So, would you say that I mansplain everything? Because technically people ask me questions and I basically have to mansplain things. It's like, actually. How long are you gonna run the car for? You gonna have a post review? I could probably run the car like daily. I'm pretty sure I could run the car daily, no problems. But I'll probably run it for as long as probably in like this week, and then I'll probably just use a different board because I feel like using a different layout. But yeah, I don't mind it. I would treat it the same way as any other board I have, which is that I normally rotate through my boards. So, but they're asking for the mansplain. Mansplain me, Zaddy. Hello, what's up, Mr. Teha Types? Nathan, what's up, man? How are you doing? What are you up to these days? Do you have plans for the holidays? Do you have holiday streams planned? Hey, Godream, Dean, hello. How you doing, my friend? No plans, Sag. Is the unsolicited mansplain that's a problem? But that's like basically like any internet platform, I feel, right? Like people love to come in and say like, oh, I know this one. Let me explain it to you. I mean, it's like platforms like, I mean, I guess Quora technically is more like solicited because you technically ask questions that people who are experts on something or like who could know answer. So I guess not that, but yeah, I mean, that's like Reddit in general, or like pretty much any online platform forum like that, where people will come in and be like, actually, I think that my switch method is way better than yours, you know, or like whatever that is. Yeah, I mean, but same here, Nathan. No plans for the holidays, really. Like, I'm actually just like on my own here. My roommates are like visiting family or something, or hanging out with their significant others. Does that make it right though? What, mansplaining? No, of course not. But yes, it's exactly what 10 Peaches just said. People who mansplain and people who love to be spoon fed. Like it exists as it's like a natural habitat for people like that. It's inevitable. Don't forget about JD. JD's around, yeah. JD always keeps company. JD is not forgotten because JD is a constant. You know what I mean? There's no need to forget or remember. JD is always. JD is forever. I don't know what holes to the screw-in stabs in the PCB. Okay, hold on. Help me. I'll explain that in just a give me like Sushi Master 619. Give me a sec. So basically, the place where the screw will go belongs to the smaller hole for the stab in the PCB, and the bigger part is where that like big plastic peg with the like hook goes. I mean, I can like flip the PCB around and explain shortly. What's mansplaining? How do you explain like mansplaining? It's like explaining something in an it's basically like unsolicited explaining and basically being what is that, like patronizing? It's like oh, you don't know this? Oh, let me explain this for you. And like unsolicited, like making an unsolicited explanation about stuff and like ranting about it and going on when like no one's really asking you to. Or even if someone asks, right? It's the act of like just like you could have just gotten to the point, but you went on and you're like, oh, but think, look, I know this much. All right, so PCB, about the question about the PCB and stabs. Okay. Are the leaves of the plant really bent? Oh, this is how it is. This part is how it is. The sides, this is intentional. This is always how it's been on these plates. The corners come in slightly bent, but these are like straight. I mean, it's like this happened, like this looked like that on my own unit, on like other people's units. I think it's like slightly bent from the production process, also because it's so thin, but it's very easy to bend back to. As long as it fits, it's fine. Anyway, so stabs. So who was asking? Sushi Master. So you see there is this. Okay, so there is actually a bigger hole and a smaller hole. The bigger hole has the plastic peg with a hook that like basically hooks your stabilizer to the PCB, like it hangs from there. And then the screw-in part or the clip-in part is the smaller hole on the other side. So on that part you can put in the screw through or something, or the clip will go through it and clip on the PCB. But yeah, this part is constant. Like it's always, this bigger hole is for that like plastic part. That like hooks onto the PCB. Which switches? Exclamation build for that. What a fine line between explaining too in depth and oversimplified explaining. Yeah. Intention matters, and the way it's like the way you do it, right? So, oops, sorry. It happens a lot in the workplace when guys assume that a woman doesn't know something, so they explain it. Yes, it's like they underestimate the woman's knowledge. Correct. Favorite switch? I have exclamation switches or exclamation FAV switches. Exclamation switches should work probably. There you go. All right, cool. So I think this works fine. Let me also try some. Did someone want CRP on this? Was this someone who asked for CRP Hebrew? I think was it on this keyboard. Karma asked for that. Let me go get it. All right. PBT. Hebrew, yes. Hebrew. Diego, have you been enjoying your F1? Yeah. I actually really like the F1, like in general. I think it's a really nice board. What are your thoughts on the Kara? I like it. I mean, it's very light. It only weighs like half a kilo. I think it's like, for me, the Kara is a really good board to take to the workplace. That's MX and not Topri. Because it's light. It has like all the features I need. It's programmable. It like has lighting if I need. I mean, lighting is kind of optional, really. I don't really care that much about it. But I mean, it's nice to be able to customize this, right? Like, I can change the light however I want. I can turn it off fully. Oh my gosh, one drunk
Merry
man.
Christmas.
Thank you for the Christmas gift. Thank you so much for the $20 donation. Wow, that's very poggers. Are these ink blacks? Yeah, these are Gateron Ink blacks. Yeah. What was I explaining? Yeah, Kara. Yeah, I like the Kara lots right now. But thank you so much. One drunk man. I hope you are not doing a drunk dono. Do you put the plate over or under the switches? You put the switches over the plate, like through the plate. Like, as you can see, it's PCB, and then the plate goes on top over after you put in the stabs, and then you put the switches in. Just follow any of my build streams, and you'll see the process, like, basically. Any people who build will do the same process, right? Alright, okay, so that's fine. I don't have a backspace with me, but do I need to test that? I probably should, though. I need to get the CRP stuff. I mean, the rest of the key set. I just don't know where I put it, so I need to go look at it. No drunk dono yet? Yet? Ooh, I can't wait for the drunk dono. Does that sound selfish and greedy? I actually need to go to the restroom. I drank too much water earlier. I was just like really thirsty, I guess. But I mean, I drank too much water. I need to go to the restroom, and I'm also gonna go find the rest of the Hebrew set. I'll be back like shortly. Oh, Paints Champ is on the channel now, huh? I'll be RB. Alright, we back. Sorry about that. And I think it might have triggered an ad break, but hope y'all enjoyed the ad. I don't know what it is now, but at least it's no it's not McDonald's ads anymore. Muted? Wait, what? Muted? Muted? Am I still muted? Am I muted? Not muted. Muted? Not muted. Muted? I'm muted? I think you guys are just debating me. I think you guys are just baiting. You guys are trolls. Report Teha types, please? Okay. Done. Sag. Alright, cool. I think we're good. Anonymous cheer, thank you so much for the 1 bit. Let's see, where's my soldering iron? Cool. Just getting back tomorrow with some coffee pastas. Actually, Nathan, are you planning to stream during the holidays? Are you not celebrating the holidays with your viewers? With your fans? Imagine how many people out there are spending a lonely Christmas Eve later this weekend. I mean, later this week. And they're gonna be like, I wish all I want for Christmas is Tejas, voice, and company. But who knows? Zarjan, thank you so much for the tier 1. Welcome back for 3 months. Thank you so much. Spending alone? Me too. Me too. Lubing switches. That's kind of sad. That's pretty sad. But it's okay. I probably will be. Well, I'm gonna be actually be doing work probably, and maybe like just eating on my own. So pretty sad. All right, we're gonna have some fan noise. You're never alone. Well, that's true. JD is forever. JD is eternal. Okay, just making sure every switch is in. I think it is. I pretty much made sure that this was nice and level. I just don't want to work on Christmas, SMH. Oh yeah, I feel that. I probably will be though anyway, but yeah. Been slacking off, I guess. Actually, not really. I mean, I've just been stuck actually doing work. I mean, it's okay, guys. When's Christmas? Christmas is this Friday, right? Wait, so 21st. Yeah, Christmas is gonna be this Friday, I believe. I might stream on Christmas. I might. So if you guys are planning on being home for Christmas, just chilling and stuff, I might stream, so hopefully that's motivating. Why is this such a blob? Is there a picture-in-picture option for Twitch? Isn't there? Isn't there normally? On mobile? Isn't there picture-in-picture? Pretty sure there is picture-in-picture, right? Or at least I think I saw picture-in-picture before. It should be in your, like, viewer settings. On desktop for sure. Yeah, mobile I'm new. I think it's on your settings, but I'm just not sure where exactly. Like, I think it depends on whether you're on Android or iPhone, probably. But pretty sure there is picture-in-picture. I've been able to have Twitch on while I'm running other apps on my phone, so... May just depend on the phone, yeah. That's what I thought too, so... Oh, if it's capable or powerful enough? Oh, I see. I feel like most phones these days should be able to handle it, but yeah, that's a good point. Jedi types. Wait, Jedi types? You're not Jedi Junior, right? Jedi Junior is still a different person. I haven't seen Jedi Junior in chat for a bit. Oh no, lol, no, it's me. Oh, you renamed yourself. Why do you rename? Well, congrats on the renaming. I'm testing a new name, not sure if I like it though. I actually like Jedi Junior just fine. It's like JJ. I like repeating, like, you know, Teha type is TT. I mean, Lightning Keyboard is not LL though. Too many L's otherwise. Also, Lightning Keyboard is hella long. But, I like Jedi Junior. That's just me though. Lightning lubes. Hey, I coached Tiny on how to lube switches, okay? It's on my resume. Taught pro streamer and content creator how to lube. Lube coaching services. I just realized your logo has an L and a T. It's actually just an L, like an inverse L sort of, but yeah. I have like this little, not pamphlet, but like a PDF thing where it explains everything about the logo, like the motivation of it and stuff. But yeah, it has to do with like Lightning XI and whatnot. Lightning licks. Oh boy. Pew, pew. Slurp, slurp. Lightning ludes. Lightning keyboards? Lightning Ligma. Or how about Ligma Lightning? Double L. Ligma Lightning. Loser Lightning. Oh, feels bad. Oh man. Oh, it got auto-modded. Is there a mod in chat right now? Is Dennis still around? I don't know if he is. I don't think he is actually. I think he left earlier. He came in and said hi and then left. Sag, no moderation. Oh, thanks, Poner. I buried Dennis? Oh, rip. Rip Dennis. Moon Operator has been saying Ligma for like 2 minutes. Are you excited for the DN keyboard? What DN keyboard? The only keyboard I have an eye on right now is the Kochu 60. Chongasaurus, when will Sussboard send me a Gochu 60 for review. Gochu reviews. Spicy hot. Yo, Gochu 60, very nut. No pun intended. Dennis passed. So sad. Alright, shall we talk about the sponsors of the stream? I mean, I talked about a few of the restocks and a few of the other things, but I'll just talk about really quickly of the group buys that are currently ongoing with the different sponsors. Wait, what do you like about it? Oh, the Gochu 60? I like that it's about gochus, because gochu means like chili pepper in Korean, but it also is the word that people use for penis in Korean. So it's a meme board for sure. One Drunk Man, thank you so much for the command. Let's talk about sponsorship really quick. First of all, we have Canon Keys. As I said earlier, they had a stock of Cherry MX Black Hyperglide switches. I believe someone mentioned that they're out of stock now. Please feel free to use the affiliate link that's currently up in chat to purchase any items off of Canon Keys store. Among those items, there is currently a group buy running for the Winter Bunny Desk Mat with Tiny Makes Things. There's 2 different versions with a small bunny and a large bunny. There is also GMK Pink on Navy still running until the end of the year, currently on group buy. There's also Desk Mat and Rama Keycap to go along with it. So please do check out canakeys.com for that. I specifically want Chong's Gochu 69. PP and Pepper is very similar, can be small and very powerful. Oh, some spicy words by One Drunk Man, and he's not even drunk right now. I see. Very philosophical. Very deep. Alright, next up we have Dixie Mech. Head on over to dixiemech.com/lightning to check out Dixie Mech's different products. Dixie Mech often restocks new desk mats among their old designs and sometimes new designs. So check out their desk mat calendar. As you have heard, Dixie Mech will also be rebranding to a new company name called Omnitype. So starting next year, we'll see more of Omnitype instead of Dixie Mech. I hope you guys can please support Omnitype, I guess, in their new endeavor to establish themselves as with this new brand name and to continue doing business with keyboard enthusiasts out there. On Dixie Mech right now, we have GMK 8008 Round 2, which comes in 2 varieties. It comes with the standard gray and pink legend key set. There's also a base kit with blue alphas, blue legend alphas, and there's kits that extend the compatibility of the set, as well as add the option to combine the 2 different colors for the legends of the kit. Oh man, interesting name change, indeed. Should have called it Hail Mech. Yeah. Alright, next up we have Mint Autumn. You can head on over to mintautumn.com to check out news on Jack Static's projects. Jack Static, or Mint Autumn, has run the Rukia a couple of times. It currently is in the fulfillment phase. More news on the Rukia is also in their Discord. So I highly suggest checking out mintautumn.com and joining their Discord server for more news on the Rukia, as well as other new projects. Jack Static is working hard each day to bring injection molding equipment to his shop in order to produce, eventually, hopefully, polyethylene cases, which he will first debut the Rukia and later on the Irma TKL design with his polyethylene injection molded equipment. He should just rebrand to not Dixie Mech. Next up, we have Novelkeys. Head on over to novelkeys.xyz. You can currently purchase any in-stock product from Novelkeys with the promo code Thunder on checkout. You can get 5% off any in-stock product on Novelkeys. As for group buys, right now we have the NK65 Olivia edition, which comes with it's an all-in-one kit for, I believe, $230. It's currently running until Christmas Eve, so the 24th of December. The kit includes switches. It includes keycaps, DSS Olivia. It comes in 2 different variants or colorways, and it also comes with stabilizers, a programmable PCB, and so on. So pretty much, and a cable and a carrying case as well. So you pretty much have everything you need in order to use a keyboard as soon as you get it. So if you're new to the community and you're looking for a 65%, that's pretty well built and includes pretty much everything that you need, the NK65 Olivia edition is a great deal, and in my opinion offers a lot of bang for the buck. Indeed, there are Teha Types mats, so if you don't know Mr. Teha Types or Nathan Kim, he is a fellow content creator that you might know, and for whom I moderate chat, and I'm active in his server as well. But my friend Teha Types, Nathan, he is also running a desk mat group buy currently in 2 different colorways. There's a light version and a dark version. Pretty cool Teha mats. Do check them out on novelkeys.xyz. We also have Serica Round 2. GMK Serica Round 2 is currently running on Novelkeys. I believe it's running till the 1st of January. It also comes in 2 different base kit forms. There's the All Latin Legend base kit, and there's a Hiragana base kit. Of course, there's other kits to extend compatibility. There's Salvin keycaps to serve as extra novelties as collaboration. There's a Rama keycap as well, and there's there's 3 Desmat designs available as well to go with Serica Round 2. I think that's all for... Oh, there's also SA Recall on novelkeys.xyz. SA Recall is based on, I believe it's a Ford truck design. But it's based on colors of a Ford truck. But SA Recall, I'm not really aware of what it exactly is. But it's a colorful design. I think by Langulandia. Is that right? I'll have to look into this. I apologize for my lack of research here. But SA Recall, colorful set, done in the SA profile. It's a spherical profile and it's normally sculpted. So do consider checking out SA Recall for that. 7th? It ends on the 7th maybe? Okay. Alright. Next up we have Prime Keyboards, primekb.com/lightning. You can check out next quarter we'll actually have some exciting news. We have the Meridian Keyboard coming in. Actually, Nathan built a prototype of that a few weeks ago, maybe. Was it a few weeks now? But it was a little while back. He built a prototype. There's also going to be a full palm made Durock switches or JWK switches coming in soon in the first quarter of 2021. We also have on Prime KB, we have smoky Durock stabs currently in stock. There's occasional restocks of alpaca switches and silent alpaca switches. There's accessories for your Prime E. There's lube stations. There's switch openers, among other accessories that you might need for all your switch lubing and modding needs. So please do check out primekb.com for more of that. And yeah, hopefully you're excited for the Meridian. I certainly am. I'm not sure I'll be getting it, but given that I already have a similar split ergo layout keyboard, but for those who might be looking to get into something like that and enjoy the aesthetic, the clean aesthetic of AI03 designs, this might be the board for you. So Do consider signing up for the Prime KB newsletter, as well as join their Discord server for more immediate news on all of that. Next up, we have Project Keyboard. On Project Keyboard right now, we have GMK Stealth currently running. I believe it's running up until the 16th of the next month, so up until 16th of January. GMK Stealth is based on stealth aircraft, so it has a very dark theme. It also comes with Rama keycap designs that are pretty interesting and intricate, similar to the Masterpiece Rama design. Similar to Masterpiece, GMK Masterpiece keycap, it has this like sculpted cherry profile design, and it also comes with different desk mats. We have like a Nighthawk inspired desk mat, as well as like other like dark pattern themed desk mats for GMK Stealth. The Stealth Rama is so nice. I do actually like it very much too. Sorry, I'm just like touching up this thing. Let's see. Okay, so that's Project Keyboard. Also related to Project Keyboard, I believe Tengu's should be shipping. Currently we're actually waiting for Dolch R5 color samples, so be excited to hear more news about Dolch R5 color samples. I believe they might have just come in. I will be sending out my RAL color chip for comparison with the GMK color samples, and hopefully will approve of the custom turquoise or teal that was used to match the Dolch pack teal color for Dolch R5 for the accents. So more news on that later on. Next up we have, sorry about that. Okay. Next up we have Salvin.com. Salvin, go on and check out our favorite machinist's website, Salvin. Salvin currently now has, we're excited to announce that Salvin now has Welbatech PCBs in stock. So we have the WT60D Weird Flex edition currently in stock on Salvin.com. So do check out Salvin's different projects as well. He has collaborations with many designers and artists in the community, key set designers, so he does keycap collaborations. He also does keyboard collaborations, for example with Keycult and the Descent 65, the Aurora Input 65. There's many different keyboards that Salvin is currently working on, and expect more collabs from him to be announced over the course of next year as well. He also works with Hungerworks Studio to produce the Synth, which is a very popular tool for sculpting and molding artisan keycaps. So that's something to consider if you're interested in that part of the craft. Yeah, so Salvin, a lot of exciting machining related projects. You can follow Salvin on Instagram. This is just instagram.com @Salvin or like /Salvin to follow his daily Instagram stories where he relates and talks about the things that he does at the shop, and he actually goes in pretty vivid and extensive detail. So if you want to learn about machining and how it all works out, Salvin is the person to follow. He's one of the nicest people out there in the community, and I highly suggest checking his stories out if you want to learn more about how machining keyboards and keycaps happen in CNC. Alright, and finally we have Space Cables. You can head on over to spaceholdings.net to check out the different cable drops right now. Different cable drops right now happening. Right now we have the 8008 round 2 cable drop. We have Serica round 2 collab cable drop, and we have GMK Pink and Navy collab as well, space cables. And I believe they also have in stock loop stations made out of acrylic. So if you have been looking for a loop station, Space Cables has been making some. They also collab with other designers. For example, they recently did GMK Fundamentals with Tyson, and you can probably expect more products to come soon through Space Cables, such as desk mats and other accessories, and even keyboards actually. So I am pretty excited for next year. I know that Space Cables has a lot in store for us. So yeah, just something to tease and talk about. Alright, that's it for sponsors. Just checking. Oh man, some of these joints, they don't close up fully. So let's just heat reflow this part here. Alright, looks good now. Alright, cool. I'll probably join on Taobao too. Oh, I see. Yeah, I heard that the Taobao CRP sets have shipped. I played the drop roulette and got dropped? Wait, what? What do you mean got dropped? If you enter to buy, how can you get dropped? I mean, like, what happened that they would drop you? Or that they will, like, cancel your order or whatever. Zujo, hello. Join Daily Clack and I live in the States. I mean, that's fine. It'll eventually ship, right? I mean, you know, at least you can trust Daily Clack. Alright, let's test this guy. Alright, let's see. Switch hitter. Alright, cool. Works perfectly fine. It's time to put it into the keyboard. Alright, so for those who don't know how the F1-8X works, the F1-8X uses this O-ring that you cut up. Oh, the video froze for some reason. Video froze. How did the video freeze? Oh, give me a sec. Yeah, cam froze. I saw that. I'll fix it. We back. All right, cool. Yeah, I don't know what was that. I don't know what that was about. But oh, playlist is over. Okay. It froze right after the unplugged Ikara. Oh, it's probably because I pulled something actually. I think I pulled a cable or something like that. Car abort the cam? I don't think so. Whatever. Playlist over. Sage. Alright, so the way this works is basically so like this plate goes on here like that. And basically there are pieces of O-ring that go in between here, like under this plate leaf part, and then there's some of the O-ring pieces that go here on top and the bottom. So we're gonna cut up some of this O-ring stuff and put it into the keyboard. So this is the O-ring I'm talking about. So first we just have to, I'll do the top piece first. I actually think my flush cutters probably do a better job of cutting these. Alright, so that's the top part here, and then we also do it for the Under portion here. Gian, hello. How are you doing today? I'm doing alright. Car keys, how are you doing? Why is Mr. Gian laughing at me? Can someone explain? Am I too funny? I know. Doing well, can't complain. That's good. That's always a good thing. How do you feel about the Vertigo? Oh, is that Epsilon's? I mean, no, not Epsilon. Enigma's new keyboard. I haven't really seen too many details about it, to be honest. The base price seemed a bit expensive for me, but that's just me. I feel like after a certain point, like after a certain price point, I kind of debate it. But yeah. Just got invoice from Project Keys. But yeah, I don't really know too much about the Enigma keyboards, Vertigo. I know that Lulstag streamed the build of a prototype, I think, but I didn't really look into it. Personally, I'm not into 65% as much, so I'm not so invested, really. That's pretty cool what it is for me. Alright, so once you place all the little O-ring pieces into the grooves, you just gotta sandwich it all together. It's kind of like popping out a little. Just a little bit of the tension from the O-ring, because it was like wrapped in a circle. Maybe I should flip it around a little. There we go. That's a little better. Yep, so and then you just sandwich it. So you just sandwich it from the top here. That's it. And then flip it over. And then we're gonna, we have to take off these little bump-ons because they're the covers for the screw holes. What's my favorite layout? My favorite two layouts are 60% in general, so any 60% in general, and I mean, like I like HKB layout a lot, and or win keyless, or even standard 60%. So 60% and TKLs are my favorite. 60% and TKLs. Case screws. Okay. CP1800 and TKL. Mini 1800 growing on me. Mini 1800 is pretty good. By Mini 1800 you mean like the Blackbird layout? Yeah, Blackbird layout's pretty nice. I have a 65%, but I use the arrow key so little. I feel like it's just pointless space. Yeah, so that's kind of why. I mean, I use the arrow keys a lot, but on like 60%. With the 60% like layering way of doing it, like HHKB style arrows are probably like my favorite. All right. So we still putting a Hebrew on there? Because I think someone requested it. Yeah, we can put Hebrew on. Let's see. Where's Karma's request to be fulfilled? Hebrew nice. Yeah, Hebrew cool. Alright. I've claimed them points. Let's get those Hebrew caps from the other board. Saving push-ups for Christmas? Yo. I see. Gambling has been rough. I need 8K more. Oh, I see. I see. Y'all saving up hard, huh? It's good. It's good to be. It's good to save. It's good to be frugal for a bit. It's good to good to build up the habit for the keyboard hobby. You know, to not spend too much at a time. The Haze Moon upset of 2020. I maybe win keyless if I'm feeling raunchy? How is win keyless raunchy though? I don't know how win keyless is raunchy. That's fake news. Christmas is gonna be Jack Mass for Diego. Oh, maybe I should. So you're telling me maybe I should remove the limit for Christmas? I don't think I can do too many though. I think like I'll be able to do like 50, and then like I won't be able to. I'll be fatigued to do it. TBH, because I'm a scrub. Well, I guess if it's straight, like if it's like, because I do like 30 okay, like straight, but like even then I still like struggle a bit. But if I did like 50 straight, I don't think I can do 50 straight all the way in one go. You got an early Kara? Feels bad? Yeah, dude, I've been posting about it. I've been posting it on Insta and like Reddit and stuff. Can't wait for Desco Black to arrive. Same. Wait, where's my pipe key? Oh, here it is. I see you. What the heck? My end key here. Do you guys see this? I must have never mounted this end key, because look at that like injection molding spoke that just stayed there. Just need to clip it. That's funny. I need my caps lock. Where's my step caps? Should be around here somewhere. There it is. Alright. Artisan? Artisan. I don't know what to... Ugh. I haven't gotten stuff for... Oh, I have one here. I think this is nice. Alright, I have a few we can choose from. I think in one of these two, I think is pretty good because they're kind of green. Do you guys want the Mononoke Lola, or do you want this? What's her name? It's like from the Halloween one, from the Frankenstein one. I forget, but it was one of the nightcaps from that sale. I just recently got it. Pretty cool though. Let's put this one, yeah. Wow, pretty much unanimous decision. All right. That's Miss Argentina from Beetlejuice. Sorry about that. I forget. I trade I forgot. I just don't remember things these days. So hard to remember everything. Can't keep track. Yes, you're right. You're right. It's that thing. All right. Oh, very nice. Okay, let's see. Not remembering your major figurines' names. There's so many names to keep track of. Okay, so let's start setting it up. Let me make the size right. All right, cool. That's good. Is it possible to make FaveTool have macros for strings of text? I like having my password on a layer. I have no idea. Probably, but I haven't tried macros on FaveTool, so I can't tell you right now. This looks very nice. It does. All right, let me see. All right, I think this is good. I think we can probably start. All right. Okay. Let's get a Heine PCB. True, that could work too. All right. Here we go. This is a F1-8X with Gateron Ink switches, looped with Krytox 205, 62-gram springs, and some Hammerworks CRP keycaps. All right, here we go. Let's try that again. Let's try again. 126. I kind of slowed down a little. Alright, these are the mods. Yeah, tiny bit of tinniness in the spacebar. I'm pretty sure it has to do because it's the CRP spacebar. Pretty sure the CRP PVT spacebars are a bit dense and they feel kind of heavy. For a 62-gram spring, I think it's kind of heavy. But I think if I swap the spacebar for something else, it's probably okay. Yeah, it definitely is a spacebar. I'll change it out for a different one. Yeah, let me actually switch the space. I have an ABS spacebar here right now. If I switch that over, I'm pretty sure it's going to sound different. Or even if I tried an ePVT spacebar, I'm pretty sure it sounds different from this CRP one. The CRP round 2 or round 1 spacebars, for some reason, were super dense. I have no idea why, but they were like very dense spacebars. And so if I switch this over to this is a GMK. I mean, this sorry, not a GMK, but like an OG Cherry. It's an ABS spacebar from like OG Cherry. How does the up arrow sound? Nicer? Yeah, I think so. It knocks? Sorta. Against the table, maybe? Knocks against the table. Oh, I see. Sorry. WTF that enter? What about it? It's nice, right? We can try typing on it again, this time with the... Should I try this spacebar or should I change it up for a different one? We can try an ePVT spacebar maybe? We can try an ePVT spacebar. I'm not sure what it would be like, but let's try. I'm sure ePVT is a bit of a hit or miss though, because they can come in a bit warped, right? So I have some Cyrillic thing here. Okay, hold on. I don't want to spill this everywhere. It actually sounds pretty nice. So let's try it with the EPT spacebar. How soft or bouncy is the typing experience? It's very bouncy. This keyboard is like the epitome of bouncy. It's like bouncy all the way. Like, you can't really see it, but it's very bouncy. Like, it just feels bouncy. You can just feel the bounce on this keyboard. It's very, very bouncy. I think Hugo is summoning you? What? Call me? No. Why am I supposed to call you? My rich Cyrillic didn't work with my Durock stats. We'll see if this works. Alright. Here we go. Oh! What? Oh! What happened? Oh, you must have pressed the shortcut or something. Weird. Okay. Try again. Ooh, 124. I made some mistakes. The left side's kind of pingy, but I don't know. I think it's cut because of the fitment. Probably it's a bit rougher here. Probably if I push it a little more, it's probably gonna sound a little bit different. But yeah. I mean, you guys want to hear what it sounds with GMK on mine? And later, Petrov, have a good dinner. So here's my So this is mine with GMK and some artisans and stuff. So like this enter is kind of crappy because artisan enter, but it's not perfect fitment. Yeah, this one has Gateron Giants actually. It doesn't have Cherry. This has Gateron Giants, the old ones. The old Gateron Giants with the milky tops. I think the sound's gonna be different because this one's now closer to the mic, but yeah, it sounds a bit different. What are the WAZ and Enter Artisans? These are by Katzenkinder, who actually has been here in chat before. Katzenkinder. That's the name. Anyway, that's what mine sounds like. Out of the mini aguas frescas, which ones are my favorite? I mean, probably horchata is my favorite. Tamarinda's pretty good. Like cantaloupe is pretty good too. There's a lot of different choices, but yeah. Anyway, let's see. Oh wow, it's already been 3 hours. Holy crap. Alright, I think that's all I have for now. Spacebar is super loud? It's not super loud, I think. It's pretty standard. It's a bit clacky for sure. I think it's probably the fitment is not perfect. But yeah, I think GMK bars are probably going to be okay. PVT is always a bit of a miss as far as stabs go. Yeah. But if I use my GMK spacebar over here, should be okay. That's what I tested with earlier. What is this about? On this stream, we build custom keyboards. I am a custom keyboard builder. I go by Lightning Keyboards. Welcome, Melanie Daphne. Let's see, where do I close? Okay, close this. Keep forgetting the melon in English is cantaloupe. Melon. Mess with me all the time. Yeah. For sure. Anyway, that's what we got. Walter Melon. Alright, so this is where we make bad financial decisions. Taobao proxying. That's pretty funny. Alright, just want to show you guys what the board looks like up close. Just wish CRP spacebars didn't sound fit funky, so I don't have to constantly harvest L9 bars. I mean, that's how it goes with PVT. PVT is always a bit of a hit or miss. Why do Korean boards usually have a high typing angle? Because they float their wrist when typing, so they don't. And aesthetics, yeah, aesthetics too, because it looks good with sculpted profiled keycaps like Cherry or like SA or whatever. Any sculpted profile is gonna look better with the high angle because of it like overly accentuates the Koreans have strong wrists, not weak wrists with like those stupid Americans. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly how I would say it. Strong wrist, not weak wrist, you bunch of stupid Americans. Yeah. Anyway, this is the bottom. Nice little bump ons. I think this is pretty big brain. I like this a lot. That's the back. Nice and fitted USB-C slot. Sorry, what keycaps are those? These are this is CRP round 1 Hebrew green keycaps. These are bonus caps from the first drop of CRP for those who ordered and stuck with their order, because a lot of people canceled in the middle. Gian said I had weak fingers, and honestly I've never been more honored to be insulted. That's hilarious. Okay, let's see if anyone's currently online, but I think I'm done for tonight. Let's see who's up. Hugo is up. RQ1999 Ramen Champ Builds is up. I think that's it for keyboard peeps for now. Ramen. Hugo also streaming. Yeah, Hugo is streaming too. Raid Hugo? Alright, we should just take it to a poll. I did raid Hugo a while back. So Hugo or Ramen is basically the choices. Alright, you can vote now. Call? I'm not gonna call! Don't raid, just call me? No. 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 I'm not in the mood for a call right now. He said not to raid? I guess the decision has been made on Hugo's behalf. He said not to raid indeed. I shall obey. But yeah, I'm probably just gonna go get some food and then I'm just gonna... Alright, we're rating on Ramen Champ Builds. Ramen Champ Builds. Yeah, that poll's over. Alright, friends. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Next stream, what are we building? Might be building a slip line the next time? I'll keep you guys posted. Might be sometime in the middle of this week, but yeah. You'll see the ping drop, I think. So I'll catch you guys next time very soon. But yeah, take it easy, guys. I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. Take care of yourselves. Be safe. Please be safe. Even if you're seeing family, especially if you're seeing other people, be safe. And yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Happy holidays to you all. I'll probably see you on the holidays though. So probably expect something, maybe me going live like on the 25th. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Alright. See you everyone. Let's go raid Ramen Champ Builds. You can spam Miyaga raid or whatever you want. Alright. Good night. Drink horchata. Bye bye.